And we're back with our hour-long special of our Robin Williams tribute here on today's Talk 930 KWOC. The show is brought to you by 33 Productions, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, and also Poplar Bluff Drywall. We're now being joined by Screen Team member Stacey Anderson. Stacey, thanks for being on the show.
What's up?
Not much, man. We're doing a big Robin Williams tribute. We've asked each one of the Screen Team members, what is your earliest and fondest memory of Robin Williams?
Oh, goodness.
Did you ever watch the Mork and Mindy stuff?
I did when I was a kid, yeah. But I was a kid, so
yeah.
My memory's not great, not what it used to be.
What was your first experience with movies with Robin Williams? Was it Aladdin, maybe?
Yeah, Aladdin. Yeah, probably that one. I mean, I'm trying to put all these movies in kind of some order here, but yeah.
You've picked a film called What Dreams May Come, and this is kind of a film a lot of people don't recognize with Robin Williams. And it kind of shows his range. We always think of Robin Williams as this funny, crazy guy.
Yeah.
This one is a lot more serious.
Yeah.
What Dreams May Come. It's kind of hard to explain. Can you kind of give us a plot?
It is a movie about. It's Robin Williams and his wife, and they have 2 kids. Mm-hmm. They send the kids to school one day with a nanny. Have a horrible accident. The children
they pass on.
And him and his wife kind of have a hard time dealing with it. She's not. She mentally, she just can't get over it. She eventually gets to a point where she's able to push on. Mm-hmm. And then he dies, trying to save somebody. He's a doctor.
Yeah.
And he died trying to save somebody else. And that, he dies and he kind of wakes up and he's in one of her paintings. She's an artist. And it sort of tells you that we make our own heaven. Kind of, and it's sort of what's on our mind, and he really loved this painting by her, and so that's where, and it sets him on this journey. He's obviously thinking about his kids and things like that. And then he ends up meeting her again, and in not great circumstances either.
Right, and he basically has to save her because basically Robin Williams is in his heaven. Mm-hmm. And he finds out that she's in basically her hell.
Yeah.
And he's got to try to save her from that.
And he literally, they are so in love with each other that he's willing to give up his heaven to live in her hell.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's very, very deep. What is it about this film that you like, and why did you, out of all the Robin Williams films, why did you want to do this one?
I don't know why this movie stuck with me, but it was so deep. Now, normally I like a good comedy or a good action movie or, something like that. But the acting in this movie was, you had Cuba Gooding Jr.
Max Van Sydow, I think is, he played, what did he play? He played the tracker. Max Van Sydow, he was from The Exorcist and movies like that. And a bunch of other names I don't recognize on there, but
and his wife, I can't call her name right off the top of my head.
Annabella Cicera.
Yeah, and she was also in. She was Tony Soprano's other lady.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
So if you watch The Sopranos, you might know her from that. And she's got one of those faces you'll recognize her immediately, but you don't know her name.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It just really makes you sit down and think.
It definitely does make you think. It makes you question your own ideas of heaven and hell and what's the afterlife and what would you do, and there's a lot of subtext and subplots, and like we said earlier, it's a very, very deep film. I agree with you 100%. I thought the acting was very, very good, especially with Robin Williams. He plays it very subtle. He plays it very quiet-like, but also with a lot of passion too. And I was very, very impressed with his role. The film itself, I'm not 100% crazy with. I can't really explain why.
Well, it's not one of those movies I watch all the time. It's probably been 5 years since I saw it.
Yeah,
but it's
a very odd film, and I can see why it's odd because heaven is something that's we don't know exactly what it is. So it's,
So
it could be
ultimately,
whatever.
we all do have our own perception of what our heaven is going to be like.
Yeah. And this one is obviously, weird and
For a while. I mean,
Yeah.
it is, like, at first it's really weird because he's in a painting.
Yeah.
And he's swimming through paint. But then as he starts to, I don't know if he's really starting to make peace with it, but things start to change for him then, and he has these amazing breakthroughs with the people he interacts with. And, you're just like, oh, I didn't see that one coming,
Yeah. So obviously you'd recommend this to folks, correct?
I would, yeah. I mean,
it's not a film for everybody. It's not for the little kids.
No, it's not for the little kids, and it's not for. It may not even be for people who can't sit still for very long. But I liked it, and I would totally recommend it to anyone who wants to watch it. It's worth your time to see it. I think.
Yeah.
It gets you thinking anyway. Kind of makes you wonder: is the person you're married to somebody that you would you give up your heaven for their hell?
Yeah. Well, I watched it the other day, and I told Sabrina, I was like, I would go to hell for you. But But then she kind of ticked me off today, so I gotta reevaluate that. So, Stacy, thank you so much for being on the show, man. We appreciate you. Coming up after the break, we've got one more segment in our Robin Williams tribute. We have Jamie on the panel, and we'll do the Fisher King. That's next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.